And we're starting. Hi guys! Alright, this is my interview with my lovely friend Mason. He is awesome. He has two mothers and they are awesome. Okay, my first question for you is, how has having two mothers benefited your life?
Well, on a standpoint, having two mothers is something different than having a mom and a dad, where you will lose some things, but you gain other things in advance.
Mm-hmm.
Having two moms always around, you learn to keep your mouth shut pretty easily. Pretty easily. They'll freak the fuck out. Something else that I pride myself in, my two moms have taught me how to treat a woman right. Where, yeah, you have your mom in a regular, mom and dad relationship, but when you're surrounded by women your whole life and they teach you, I know how to cook now, I love shopping, I know how to take care of family. I have all these traits that, you don't normally see people with regular families having.
Alright, okay. Do you think children who have same-sex parents are affected differently while growing up?
I do. I myself have experienced that. It's a whole nother really atmosphere. When you have two moms, and I've seen this with my other friends who also have two moms, sex is more of an open subject. It's more talked about. It's more addressed than a normal relationship where like the dad would just be like, yo, you need condoms or whatever. Like, when I was young, my mother always told me, like, sat me down, talked to me early about what it was, but I feel like two moms were always able to handle situations lighter and like easier without like anger involved.
Alright. Do you think your life has been different growing up with two mothers? Like opposed to having like a mom and a dad?
Yeah. Yeah, actually I would say yes. I never had, you see for a stupid example, you see in movies, these kids are going and playing baseball with their fathers, or they're doing sports with their dads. Well, I never had that at all.
Is that a bad thing to you, or?
No, not necessarily. I played sports my whole life with my mom's present, but it was never like I had that dad and son bond to like go throw a ball around or like talk about chicks or whatever. Which is weird though, because I can still talk to my moms about chicks and they'll talk with them about chicks.
Yeah.
But it's a whole nother vibe that's given off. You could be with your dad, you joke around about girls, yada yada. But when you're with your mom, you're like, she's hot. Your mom's like, she's hot too. But I bet she's really nice. And you're like, yeah, I bet she is nice.
So it's pretty similar relationship if you had a father around too.
I think people misconstrue it a lot of what it really is. It's not anything that is completely different. Some things are handled differently, and you do grow differently in different situations. But a family at the core doesn't matter if it's a mom or a dad, two dads or two moms. It's still going to be addressed the same way. They're still going to handle situations pretty much the same way as a regular relationship would. Just because there's two of the same sex doesn't make the relationship any different.
I'm liking that answer. It's perfect. What advice would you give to children with gay parents?
Don't let people get to you.
Agreed.
When I was younger, also aside from having two gay parents, two of my brothers are gay. So I always had to deal with them getting bullied, or like getting picked on, like, oh, you have two gay moms, blah blah blah, like, do you have hot moms, all of this.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, at that point, I fought a lot as a kid with people over it, and it was, I let things get to me too easily, and that's something that people need to understand is, you have no reason to be ashamed of your family. And people are like, well, I'm not ashamed. What it is, I just don't want people to talk about family. Like, who cares?
Yeah.
Like, you need to just relax.
I definitely agree with that. Have you been bullied for having same-sex parents, and how has it changed your life? Which, you just answered that, but go a little bit further with that.
I have, yeah, like I said, I was bullied. I really wasn't bullied until I was bullied in elementary school. I remember it was probably like 4th, 5th grade when people started finding out. And then 6th grade, 7th grade, when, you know, all these boys started hitting puberty and they started actually like, oh, girls this, girls that. Oh, 2 girls is hot. At that point, it wasn't even making fun of. It was them like, do you have hot moms?
Yeah.
Do you have like, are your moms porn stars? Which is always like a common question that I've always gotten.
Really?
Which is something that, you know,
that's
why
ridiculous.
The fuck are my parents be porn stars? Just because they're lesbians? But I mean, that's, yeah, that was a question I always got. And, you know, it went from bullying to the point where like, how you have 2 gay moms, like your family's weird, to like bullying in the sense of like, yo, I bet your moms are hot and they have sex with everyone. And I'm just like, what does that even have to do with it?
Yeah. Do you think that's built you up to be a better person from the bullying? Like you are stronger from it?
Oh, most definitely. I believe that because, you know, I don't see a problem with bullying. Because the way you handle yourself is your own choosing.
Mm-hmm.
You choose to let things affect you, let things upset you, you know, let things get to you. And if you can grasp hold of yourself, like strong enough to like know what to shove off and what not to shove off, it's a lot easier. You take bullying and you turn it from a bad thing to constructive criticism. And you know, like you can hear that and like, well, what does that mean? Well, you know, you have 2 gay moms. At that point, you know, I learned, you know, there's nothing wrong with having 2 gay moms.
Mm-hmm.
There's no reason that I should be like, oh, I have 2 gay moms, like fuck my life. But I mean, it doesn't just apply to that in the sense of bullying. Like you're overweight, you know, things like that. People can call you fat, and if you have a problem with being fat, what do?
Mm-hmm.
You go work out. That's just what it is. It's all about how you address a situation.
Alright, last question. Do you think it's a good idea for same-sex couples to have children or adopt?
Oh yeah. There is no, as I said earlier, there's no separation of a relationship just because 2 women are married and a man and a woman is married. There is nothing that separates those families apart except for a vagina and a penis. It's to say that anything in the relationship is virtually like completely different is wrong.
Yeah.
Because at the core, a family is what a family is. You know, they're gonna do the same things together. You know, we have movie nights, Friday taco nights. We do, you know, we go out on vacations with each other just like normal families would and all this. But, you know, having a mom and another mom vacation aspect, you know, I have friends who go out with dad and like, oh, let's go camping, let's do this, let's do that. You know, I've gone to Europe. It's more sightseeing. I've gone to Washington, D.C. a lot. I've been in the White House. It's all these, I've done things that are more, I don't want to say that they're more knowledgeable, but from what in my standpoint, I'd rather go to the Vatican than Yogi Bear's campsite.
Yeah.
And that's something that I've noticed with my family compared to other families' vacations, where it's like, let's go see Mount Rushmore. Alright, you go see a bunch of rocks. Like, I've seen where the Pope lives because my 2 moms want to show me what the world is. And it's not about, you know, going out and trying to be masculine, becoming a man. It's about having fun. And it's something that I think you can see a lot in especially feminine relationships, is that shines a lot more. There's no masculinity. There's nothing like, you know, we don't need to build a fire. Like, we don't need to build things 24/7. Like, you know, I'm a mechanic now. I'm also a certified chef. And I did all these things without having a dad around. And people are like, it's weird for them to hear, like, my mom pretty much taught me how to work on cars. Like, because people don't have that persona that moms
that
work
women
on cars.
couldn't, yeah.
A woman who knows what a car is? What's that? Yeah, there's nothing different between my moms and, you know, a mom and a dad. I've done the same things with my moms, except to other extents, where I've grown up quicker. In my point of view, I've grown up quicker with 2 moms than I would with a mom and a dad, because things were more open. Because the relationship was different than other relationships, they felt like they had to address everything when I was growing up. They had to address everything right away. They had to, you know, get things out of the way and talk things over, and it's all about